Here's another 79cc Predator. We're gonna build to stage 2 specs. And look at that. What a great way to put a smile on your engine builder's face. So here it is, a stock 79cc Predator. The customer took the carb off, took the fuel tank off, which is fine. We don't need those things. And we'll start tearing it down. The spark plug and valve train pulled out of there. Put the valve train off to the side. Fortunately, that's good, strong stuff. They hold up really well in these engines once we get them built up. Pull the cylinder head off. Looks great because it's brand new. And so, piston and the cylinder all looks great. Flywheel's off. Cylinder head off. Time to dive into the side cover. Pull the side cover off. The stock gasket usually gets ruined. We try to save them, but usually we can't. Cam coming out. Stick that there. The tappet's coming out. There's always oil in them because they start them from the factory before they ship them, just to make sure they run. And so now we'll get the connecting rod out of there so we can pull the piston out as well. And then we'll go after that governor. The block is empty. We've got the governor out of there, pulled our crank out. We're gonna knock this governor gear off of the crank. We don't need that on there anymore. We're gonna tap that governor hole. We'll tap this governor hole. And then we'll clean the block up and get it ready for reassembly. So we have the side cover cleaned up. We've got the block all cleaned up. Took off the old gasket. And then we tapped that governor hole 1/4 20. Tap this governor hole 1/4 20. We'll plug those with bolts, and then we chase these threads for the coil, because the factory started putting Loctite in the coil bolt holes. They didn't used to do that, but so we chase those threads to clear out the Loctite. And then if you look at the coil, you'll see some dried up Loctite in there. We're going to clean that out. That interferes with your adjustability when you set the air gap. So we'll get that cleaned out. And then we knock the governor gear off of the crankshaft. Won't be needing that anymore. And now we're going to focus on the cylinder head. It's going to get ported. We do light port work. And you can see when these are made, they cast these holes and they machine these holes. And so you can see the rough edge in the intersection of those holes. Let's see if I can point that out right here. Got the sharp edge right there. So we just smooth that out, clean that up, and we clean up that whole area, and also the top side up there, right up here. The short side radius has a nice sharp edge on it. We round that over. Nothing too crazy. Then we mill the head for increased compression. We mill at 50 thousandths. And that added compression makes a pretty significant difference in these little engines. The port work is finished. Here's the intake port all cleaned up. You can see that transition from the port to the bowl is nice and smooth now without the sharp edges. And the short side radius up there has been rounded over, and the valve guide has been milled down. And then we do the same thing over here on the exhaust side, and it's been milled as well, 50 thousandths. So we just need to put the valves back in there, all the valve train, and this head's ready to go. So here it is with the valves and rockers in there, and ready to bolt onto the engine. We put the crank in. Well, first of all, we plug that governor hole back there, this governor hole right here. See, that one's plugged up. And put the crank in, put the fist in, connecting rod in, and torque the connecting rod bolts. And now we're going to stick the lifters in there, and we don't have the cam yet. This is a stock cam, so once we get the custom ground cam, we'll throw that in as well. And here's the carb manifold for the 19mm carb that's going to go on this engine. We got that custom ground cam in there, timing marks lined up, fresh side cover gasket, there's the flat top piston, and we're going to put the side cover on, button that up, and get the cylinder head on next. Now we got the cylinder head torqued on there, and we set the lash, and it's all good to go. Exhaust, intake, decompression. There we go. The biggest piece of jewelry on there, the beautiful billet flywheel. Coils mounted, coil gap is set, and we're just about there. We have the blower housing on with the recoil, and bolted up the manifold. And here's our 19mm carb. All we do is drill out the main jet. We drill it out to 32 thousandths, which is equivalent to like a number 85 main jet. And with the stock pilot jet and all the stock settings, actually, we get really good results that way. So they can be fine-tuned beyond that, but we get really good results with just increasing the size of the main jet and putting it back in the carb and bolting it on. It'll idle good, it'll accelerate good. Here at sea level, we get a really good plug reading with that. So if you're at or near sea level, that should be a really good starting point for you as well. So here we have it, the majority of it assembled. Got our carb bolted on to the manifold, got our breather filter on there, and then right now we're putting this this exhaust on here just to run the break-in procedure. But I wanted to show everyone the little notch you have to make to clear that top fin. So when you buy this exhaust for the 79cc Predator off our website, you got to make that little notch to clear the fin. Or you can clearance the fin if you want, but we find it easy enough to just put a notch in the flange right there. Have it all buttoned up. It just needs oil and gas so we can get it fired up. The customer sent it without the tank and the exhaust, so we just throw that on there to run it and do the break-in procedure. And this exhaust as well, we'll be taking that off before we ship it to the customer. So we'll run it, we'll break it in, we'll make sure everything looks good, double check the valve lash, and ship it off to the customer. And it should just be able to be bolted right in, add oil and gas, and good to go. So the factory Harbor Freight box works great for shipping these engines. Sometimes this styrofoam gets really damaged in shipping, and so when we ship the engine back, we like to put just some extra padding. This one's in good shape. Sometimes they get really damaged. Put a little extra padding down there, and then the output shaft almost always pierces the box, and that's why they put these things on there when they ship them. So we try to do the same. Stick that in there. There we go. That'll help prevent the output shaft from piercing the box. And then we're going to add some padding here. You can see it already hit the box right there, and it could have broke it. We take the spark plug boot off, because if it gets impact right there, it breaks. And then we try to protect the valve cover, obviously the recoil as well. I have the exhaust plugged up so nothing can get in there, and the intake as well, so we keep that clean inside there. And then the customer, they package the engine with all this stuff here, so we're just going to use some of that to package it back up and make sure that the engine can't move around in there, and those spots I highlighted are protected. So for those critical areas that can get damaged, we used a bubble wrap bag folded in half and stuffed it in there, and same for the recoil and same for the valve cover. And here's a separate bag with the carburetor and air filter in there, and another bag with just parts that we took off the engine. We'll send those back in case they need that for some other project. We have the engine pretty much packaged up pretty well inside there, and there's some interesting packaging items that the customer sent. These nice winter work gloves. We're going to go ahead and send those back. And this little like gardening knee pad or whatever, I don't know, that's going to help protect the engine for sure. And this wonderful pillow they sent us, Hello Sunshine, we'll send that back. And then that's the way the engine came. This customer packaged this thing pretty good. So we're going to tape that close, print a label, and ship it off.